See, I have a product service here. I have a user service. I have a product service. I have an order service. I have a payment service. Something like that I have. Okay. So how many independent services I have?
Oh,
Four service. So what is the service name? The service name is
user service,
the service and
product service,
product service and
order service,
service and
payment.
payment, something like that. Okay. Payment service. Assume these information need to be stored in that independent databases, which we discussed about it. Every individual service will have an independent database. So when I say services, combination of both service and DB, keep that in mind going forward. Okay. Now, this place, I have a mobile device where I'm calling the EStore application. I have a desktop where I'm calling an EStore application. Now, when I make an order from the client, what are all the service I need to call for a client? First, what I need to do, I need to check from the client to user service whether the user is valid. Am I right? Say yes or no? Everyone.
Yes, yes.
Everyone. I want answer from everyone.
Yes.
Free to talk.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. And once the user has been successful, then you are going to check whether the product is available in the product service. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
And then if the order is available, you will detect the order and then going to a order service for making an order.
Yes.
Order service internally talk to the payment service, make a payment. That payment will give back to the order service. Order service will return the response. Am I right?
Yes.
Calling all the individual services in an Angular client is a right solution or a wrong solution?
Wrong solution.
Why?
Because we will have like multiple endpoints. Like my understanding, we have multiple endpoints, and we need to remember all the services, how to call them. So like we don't have a unified entry point.
First thing is we are missing the unified entry points. And second thing is your entire business logic of this particular APIs will be available in Angular client. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Everyone, please tell me. You have a business logic. Okay, what is the business logic? First, we are calling an user service. If user exists, we are going for the product service. If the product available, we are going to make a order. And then when you make an order, we are planning to go for a payment. Once the payment is completed, we are going to back it. Am I right?
Yes.
Say yes or no.
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes
sir.
or no. So where you are having your business logic? Where you are having your business logic?
In the client side.
In the client side. Holding your business logic in the client side is a right solution or wrong solution?
It's a wrong solution.
It's a wrong solution. So, sir, how do I need to maintain my business logic? Where do I mean to maintain my business logic? For that, microservice has a concept called API Gateway. That is the very first point people are moving into API Gateway. Or you got my point?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Everybody understand? So here we are building an API gateway. This is have a lot of things to do. I will explain one by one. Okay. The very idea of having an API gateway is API gateway. The very first point is building business logic. Building business logic logic for consume multiple APIs. Multiple APIs in a single what call? Client call. Agreed? This point is agreed, everyone?
Yes.
Everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what happened when a user from the Angular client from the desktop making a request to the API gateway? API gateway first will talk to the user service. If the user service is written a response is positive, then it will call the product service. Then it will be written a response, and then product will going to call the order service. Order in turn talk to the payment service. Once it get a proper response, everything is successful. We are sending the transaction back to the user. Agreed?
Yes.
Sir,
Yeah.
again, small doubt which I got it. Last 1 minute session I was unable to hear. API gateway it come because to solve the a problem which is we are facing, like we don't want to keep the business logic in the front end, right?
Yes, you are right.
Okay, thank you.
See, Angular, think in this way. Do you have any logic in Angular? Again,
I'm new to the Angular, but I worked in the ASP.NET, HTML and all. But Angular, I'm very new, but it is a front
okay,
end technology, right?
forget about Angular. Think about you have a multiple web APIs you are going to call in ASP.NET MVC. Will you hold business logic in API or be it in your ASP.NET MVC core?
API, I keep it.
API you keep it. Why you
Yeah.
are not keeping that business logic in your front-end application?
No, I don't.
Do you know the reasons?
Because the API I can use it for multiple purposes, right? For iOS development and web application development, so that it will be accessible for the multiple endpoints. We can use it the same API. If I keep it in
So,
MVC, there will be no use in the iOS or Android section.
that's correct. You see here, I have a mobile device, I said. I have a desktop device, I said. Am I right?
Yeah.
So if I want same business, if I build a business logic here, do you need to build a business logic for mobile device, Android or iOS?
No, if it is in API, it is not required.
No. My question is, here I am using an Angular. Here I am using an Angular for UI.
Yeah.
Since it's a desktop.
Yeah.
Here I am using an Android app, something
Okay.
like that. If I build a business logic in Angular, do I need to build a business logic in Android?
We need to write it in multiple if we are creating in this Angular itself.
Okay, so that is the reason API gateway comes into picture.
Okay.
Whatever Angular UI making a call, the same call can make from Android. Understand?
Okay.
So it is a single entry point for any client application. Can I say that? The very first point, it is a single entry point for all microservices. Do you all agree with this point, Ma?
Yes.
Okay, second point is using API gateway, my business logic will be shared across all the front-end applications. Am I right or wrong? My business logic will be shared across different applications developed in different technology. This is agreed?
Yeah.
Everybody. Shubham, Rohit,
Yes.
Prem,
Yes.
Nazir, Durga,
Yes, sir.
Bora Bhargav, Akshay.
Yes.
So building API gateway for microservices very important, because you don't want to expose your business logic into Angular client or Android or XYZ. That is the main reason people are moving into API gateway. Now, third point, assume today I deployed an application where if 2,000 concurrent users can be accessed at a single point. I created a EStore project where 2,000 concurrent users will access at a single point. That is my strength, which I am having in my project. Clear? Yes or no?
Okay.
All of a sudden, if I received a 300 concurrent user, will my application will be stable or it will have a problem? All of a sudden, instead of 200 concurrent user, I'm receiving a request of 3,000 users. Will my microservices or IAP gateway will have a problem or not? It cannot able to serve
Yes,
it.
it should.
It cannot able to serve it because I designed my application, I designed my infra in such a way that at a single point, I can able to serve only 2,000 concurrent users. You got my point. All of a sudden, if I getting a 3,000 concurrent users, will my API gateway will take that capacity?
No.
It will not. It will not. It will hang, or it will crash. To avoid that, in the API gateway level, we implement rate limiting. Do you heard a term called rate limiting anywhere in your projects?
Yes.
Anybody? Rate
No, I am
limiting.
not.
There is a concept called rate limiting in ASP.NET MVC core. Or you got my point? With the rate limiting, you can say that within a fraction of seconds, these many concurrent users I can able to serve it. So you can restrict, even if you get 3,000 users, the rate limiting will be happened only for 2,000 users. Clear my point?
Then
Everybody?
remaining will how it will be going to serve it?
It will
Oh,
wait. It will wait until the
throw the
2,000
value
people service completed.
okay.
It
Then
will
it
wait.
will be there any deadlock thing or anything? How
No
it,
deadlock. No deadlock. No
okay.
deadlock.
Then where
Deadlock and all
to
will be handled by rate limiting.
okay, good. Then where it will be those where it will be waiting? Like is there any something buffer zone something will be there, right? To
There is coming. I will explain
okay,
how to implement and all. I will explain by tomorrow. Don't worry.
okay,
Just to
thank
understand what are all the things API Gateway will do. That is the topic today. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about two different types. One is Ocelot Gateway, another one is YARP Gateway. Okay.
you.
Tomorrow I'm going to talk about Ocelot. Day after tomorrow I'm going to talk about YARP. Okay. There I'm going to detail explain how it has been configured, how it has to be handled. Clear?
Okay.
Okay. So just to understand what purpose the API Gateway will be required. Shubham, Rohit, Prem, Irshad, Durga, Bora, Surya Prakash, Srinivas, Varsha. Everybody clear with my point?
Yes, sir.
Akshay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now you understand, right? You can also handle the concurrent user capacity with the rate limiting. Third point is saga pattern, which we discussed yesterday. Clear? Shall we implement saga pattern in API gateway?
Yes.
We already discussed on yesterday.
I was
So
not there
saga
in the
pattern,
yesterday call.
you are not there. You can watch the video, Akhil.
Okay.
Where are you from, Akhil?
No, I'm from Karnataka, Bangalore.
Bangalore. So morning you talked to me, right?
No, I messaged, but no, I have not called. because I
Okay.
was traveling from one place to one place. I just there was a weekend support. I started office now, so joined it. But still, I have not got complete the picture which you are like in this training. It is planned. I'll ask those things later.
Okay. Okay, fine. Saga pattern.
Okay.
Okay. So now, if you look into that in my PowerPoint, let me briefly explain so that you will understand API Gateway. Will you all able to see my PowerPoint?
Yes.
Multiple API calls from Kite. What is the problem without gateway is multiple APIs call will be from the client. Second thing is security scattered. See, I have today I have 4 services, microservices. Got my point? How many services I have? 4 services. If I have 30 microservices, okay, do I need to implement security for all the microservices, or I will implement in a one service is best?
One service will be best. Yes.
And do you make these microservices are private or public?
It should be private.
It should be always a private. So
Yes.
what I'm doing is I'm not exposing these services outside the web, which is private. Okay, my user service is private to me within my network. This is also my private, and all my microservices are private. I got my point. So now here I'm trying to make my API gateway into public. Understand my point? When I'm making my API gateway is public, I need to implement authentication and authorization. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Correct.
Without authentication and authorization, can I allow the user request to the other service? Do I need to allow the user request to other service?
No.
Akshay, Bora, Durga,
No.
you can't, right? So that is the reason we are building API gateway. See, implementing security for all the independent services is not the right choice. For that, we are planning to move to API gateway. In the API gateway, we are implementing security on top of it because this API gateway is a public URL. It is not a private URL. Tomorrow, why I'm making this public URL? Today, I'm working for this company. This company data should be required for any third-party vendor or XYZ company. Do I need to expose my independent service data, or through API gateway will be the right choice?
API gateway.
Why?
Because
See,
like
think as a design engineer. Okay, you are an architect or a senior developer from a company. I'm a project manager for you. I'm telling that, hey, we built it as APIs and API gateways. There is a customer who want our product list. Okay. Do I need to expose that API information, that API to the third party vendor? That is my query from a project manager's management standpoint. As an architect or a solution design, what is your take on that, Akhil? Are you going to expose your major business logic reside in microservice, or if you are you going to expose your microservice, or are you going to expose your API gateway?
I will expose my API gateway.
Akhil.
Yeah, same thing, sir. I wanted to do it in API gateway only. The microservices I'll keep it in separate.
Why? Because that is your entire business.
Yes.
All your microservices are major business factors. Clear my point?
Yeah.
So in this case, if I implement security for that in the API gateway, it is not only for your internal products, the security implementation API gateway for the external products as well. You all agree with this? What is external product? Somebody who want to consume this API gateway, they need to be secured, whether they have a valid information or not. Or you got my point?
Okay.
Okay, so that is the reason the PowerPoint explaining security will be scattered, high complexity. To handle all these things, single entry point, centralized control, simplified front end. Whatever we discussed, this 4 point will be covered in these 3 points as a solution of API gateway. Please say yes.
Yes.
Everybody. I want answer from everyone.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, this will help you to build API gateway. API gateway is the most important in the today's world of Microservices. Without a API gateway, nobody is going to work on microservices. Clear my point?
Okay.
Yes.
All your entire security, business logic, rate limiting, caching mechanism. See, and one more thing, my product list has been fixed or dynamic. Whatever the product I'm going to get serving for my company, is it a fixed product or a dynamic in nature?
Dynamic.
Dynamic.
Come on. It is a fixed product. Those are master data for your business. Am I
Okay.
right?
Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Irshad, Nazir, Muhammad, those are fixed or dynamic.
But
Go ahead, Shubham.
the master data can be like we can add more data to the master. Like it should be
See,
dynamic.
usually you won't add master data on a daily basis.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, because if you are introducing a new product, hardly 2 months once or 3 months once you are going to add it. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or 15 days once or weekly once. So every time I want to call a product information, do I need to call a product service every time? Is it really required?
No.
Because my product data is fixed. Do I need to implement a product calling the microservice of product service every time? Is it a right option?
No.
Or keeping the data in a cache of API
Better
gateway?
option. Yes. Yes.
Keeping the data in a cache of API gateway, from the cache I can get it. Is it the right option?
Yeah, that should be the right option.
Rishikesh?
No, it's API. How many limit will be there, right? We can't keep all the data, master data in API in caching itself.
We can do that here. Most of the people are using a temporary cache and in-memory
Yes.
cache.
Okay.
See, as much as possible, reduce the hit from the DB will be the right option.
Okay.
Okay, so if you are maintaining a database or something like that, as much as possible, reduce the hit from the database so that your application will be perform better.
Okay. Okay. Then caching section will be completely, it will be available in our API gateway itself.
You can have it, or in the product service level also you can have it. It's up to you based on the design you are planning. But gateway will help us to maintain cache for you.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Sure.
So can I say fifth point, maintain cache of master data. Is it correct?
Yes.
Maintain cache of master data. Can I have all these things? Can I implement all these things in API gateway? Can I
Yes.
implement business logic? I can implement rate limiting. I can implement saga pattern. I can expose my API gateway as a public URL. I can when I public URL, I need to do authentication authorization. I can maintain cache for master data. Is it correct or wrong?
Correct.
Prem Kumar, Nasir Muhammad, Rushikesh, everybody, can you explain what I'm saying is right or wrong? Let's continue for majority. Okay, leave it. So let's get into the PowerPoint. So simplified front end, you understand these points, everybody? And then you see the basic architecture of flow is client call an API gateway. API gateway will call an independent services. That means the API gateway will get the response aggregation of multiple services. API gateway will get a single response to the client as an aggregation of multiple service calls. What is aggregation? What is meant by aggregation? Akshay, what is meant by aggregation? Aggregating. Why we are calling an aggregation? Combining all the responses in a single response and sending that response back to the client is nothing but an aggregation. I got my point. Let's say an example. In this scenario, I'm going to check the user ID. I'm passing. See, when you make an order, what are the information you will pass? Basically, when you make an order, what is your request? If you make an order, you will receive user ID, product ID, or product IDs. How many number of product IDs you are going to pass, and you will receive card number for doing a transaction. Am I right? This is your request. Now, do we need a user information to check whether the user ID? So that it will give you a response back as user information. When you pass an user ID, user information object will be returned back to the API gateway. Now, API gateway hold that object and product IDs, so that product service will send products information. It's the collection. Products information as a collection. Who is going to hold that? Who is going to hold that response? Who is holding this user information, product information? Both are going to be held by API gateway. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, it's gateway on.
API gateway. Then make an order. When you make an order, what is the endpoint collection we are going to get? Order succeeded data. Am I right?
Okay.
All the payment information, success information, order ID, everything will be collected. Now, API gateway built everything as a single response hub. After completing API gateway build all responses as a single collection object. Am I right or wrong?
Right.
Single collection object. That object will be returned back to the Angular client. That object will be returned back to Angular client. Am I correct?
Yes.
Am I correct? Varsha, Rushikesh. Rushikesh, if you want to speak, please speak. Okay, you got the point? So, API gateway response aggregation will be important. So, do you understand the architectural flow diagram? Akshay, Bora, Durga,
Yes.
Prem Kumar, you got it?
Yes.
Srinivas Rao.
Yes, sir, I got it.
Surya Prakash. Surya. So I'm very clear. This is how you need to implement the API gateway. So now go back. Key responsibility is nothing but routing. Routing means I'm getting a single call, but routing to a different services. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm doing a routing or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So routing comes into picture. Authentication, I spoke about it. Rate limiting, I spoke about it. Caching, I spoke about it. Logging, I will explain later point of time when I'm implementing. I don't want to touch this point right now. At this juncture, let avoid logging. I will tell you why I'm avoiding. When I'm implementing, you will understand very clearly. But these four information you guys understand, right?
Yeah.
Routing,
These are the
authentication,
responsibilities. Yeah.
key
These are the
responsibility of
responsibilities.
API. Yeah,
API
this is
API
the
gateway.
key responsibility.
Okay.
Okay, routing, authentication, rate limiting, caching. Now coming back, advanced routing, path-based UO routing, service discovery integration. For example, you create n number of paths and based on that, you will integration with the service discovery. That I will explain tomorrow how the path-based routing will happen. But in Ocelot, there is upstream and downstream. I will explain that tomorrow. There you will understand path-based routing. Okay.
Okay.
Next one is can when I use authentication authorization, can I go for JWT validation?
Yes.
Yes.
Can I go for OAuth 2?
Yes.
If you are not using a JWT validation, you can go for OAuth, API keys. Any one of these security will need to be implemented. As per our project, we are planning to implement JWT validation because I'm not interested to go for OAuth. This and all is the major factors. Clear?
Okay. Anything it is there, it will be there defaultly, or we need to explicitly we need to write implement these security things.
Security in .NET, we have Microsoft Identity Framework.
Okay.
In .NET, we have identity framework. That identity framework will help you to create a JWT validation.
Okay.
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 Actually, we need to have one more service here, actually called as identity service. All the users should have an independent user IDs and password. For that, we have to maintain an identity server. I never shown here. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And combine multiple API calls, reduce network calls. And one more thing, do I need to have n number of network call to the client? Is it a good practice or having a single API gateway will talk to the network calls?
Single
See,
one will be better.
one more thing, this is entirely with a single infrastructure. This everything will be deployed in a single infrastructure. And this will be deployed in another infrastructure. So network call happen between this one to this one. If I'm not having this guy, Gangler guy, will talk to independent service with the different networks. Is it a right option or a wrong option? A network to
It's the
network
wrong option.
communication.
Wrong option.
Others. See, user service in Panjagutta, product service in Amirpet, order service in Kukatpalli, payment service in Gachibowli. Okay, a client want to complete all the transaction. He has to go to Panjagutta, and again he will go to Amirpet. Then it will come to Kukatpalli. Then it will go to Gachibowli. Or that is the right option. Having everything in a one place where people will come and go. Is it the right option?
People will come and go in one place.
So, can I make my API gateway and microservices in a single network is a good option. Having a multiple network is a good option.
Single.
That is the reason people are telling here, reduce network calls. Clear my point?
Okay.
Okay. resilience, circuit breaker, retry mechanism, timeout, all these things I will explain later point of time by tomorrow or by while implementing, but keep this one. Okay, finally, to implement API Gateway, either you have to go for Ocelot or YARP, which is part of a .NET framework, or Azure API Management. Azure API Management, I'm not going to touch. YARP also, I'm not going to touch because we are not giving an enterprise application. We are just understanding. But I will touch Ocelot, YARP theoretically. Practically, I will implement Ocelot. Clear my point? I'm very clear with my implementation standpoint. In my implementation standpoint, I will implement Ocelot, not YARP. If at all time permits, I will implement YARP. If I can cover within the time duration of 4 months, I will implement YARP. If not, I will implement Ocelot and we can finish it. I will teach you how to do that in end of the session YARP. Okay, but in our theory, in our program, we are going to talk about Ocelot and YARP, not Azure API Management. Clear? Only the deployments, CI/CD pipeline, we are going to discuss in Azure. Everybody clear, ma?
Yes, sir.
So tomorrow, we are going to talk about Ocelot flow and YARP flow as in detail at the same time of 10 o'clock. Because most of the people are leaving. Sir said 45 minutes, but it is taking more than that. Okay? Clear with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a second. Let me stop recording.